It's radical! Radical!
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Radical Computer Solutions YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and welcome back to Tron Identity. Excuse me. Let me get right back into it. I believe we're just about done the story, so... And we convinced... let's go. We can... excuse me. We convinced Prince to let us take Cass, the guard, out so he can, I don't know, have a chance at a better life, I guess. So, let's see. Let's go to the vault and give him the good news. The vault is in pieces. Cass is gone. Oh no. Well, that's probably not good. Well, let's just work our way down. Let's go to the library, I guess. Nothing more for you here. Sierra and Ada have nothing to say to you. You leave. I guess I leave. How about the landing pad? There he is. Or them. For a moment, the sky is clear above the landing pad. You see Cass sat at its edge, feet hanging over. They turn to you as you approach. Hello. Hey, buddy. You smile. Hello, Cass. They return your smile. Is that my name? You note confusion cross their face. Do we know each other? That's odd. You stand next to them, look out at the city below. It's different than it was earlier, more fragile. My name's Query. That's right, you're a detective, you know. They smile. You're here to help me? I hope so, buddy. Cass looks a little frightened. They hold on a little tighter to the edge of the pad. You been down there? It's so beautiful, so intricate. The light of hundreds of thousands of programs mingling, glowing together. I wish I remembered what it was like to be there. You realize there's every chance that they've never actually set foot on the ground. I need you to help me remember. You can rebuild identity disks, right? You know. They take the disk from their back. Please. This will be a little faster now, as you already know who Cass is, and the view seems to be anchoring them. You sure you want to know? I am. You take the disk, weigh it in your hands. And we're gonna do a thing. Hey, look at that, we did a thing. Let's take a look at it. The vault was cold. The memory of an explosion lingered. A noise by the elevator. A figure approached. A tall figure, wearing a long coat and a quizzical expression. The confused program looked up, exhausted. What happened? The confused one asked. The inquisitive program asked his questions. He seemed kind, but the questions were difficult, the answers blurry, distant. If you'll let me, I can skim your disk. The confused one nodded. They didn't understand the words, but the tone was warm, reassuring. They know that they needed help, and the program seemed eager to provide it. Stranger took the disk from unsettled program's back. He helped. He said his name was Query. Cass put their head in their hands as memories wash over them. They begin crying. Let's see if I can console them. You put a hand on their shoulder. You look at their disk. You've never worked with one like it. Impossible complexities. Unimaginable data density. You just dropped a lot of knowledge on Cass all at once. You might be out of your depth. You're definitely out of your depth. I'm so sorry. Cass shakes her head. You didn't do anything but try to help me. Cass looks up. I don't think I've ever been outside without rain before. Oh yeah, it's not raining anymore. They seem startled by it. They kept you locked up for a long time, didn't they? Cass looks at their hands. Too long. They wipe their face with a sleeve. Sniff. I'm worried there aren't many cycles left. Maybe you're wrong. Cass offers a kind smile. Maybe. That'd honestly be the best scenario, right? You can tell they're not convinced, and from what you've seen of their disc, you're not either. We need backups, Query. I need you to copy my observations, my knowledge of what's coming. I'm an unreliable vessel for it. I'm just gonna say, okay. And see what happens. Okay. Cass nods. They gesture to their disc, still held firmly in your right hand. Copy it. You nod, taking your own disc from your back and placing the two on top of each other. Here goes nothing. Yeah, no. Boink. Okay, that's a bunch of numbers that I have no idea what to do with. As you hand back Cass's disc to them, your eyes pulse. So much new data. Much of it's indecipherable, but another program will understand it, if it comes to that. Cass smiles. How does that feel? Overwhelmed. Now it's their turn to reassure. You don't need to read the data. Let it sit within you until someone else needs it. We'll both be there to pass it on. Cass looks down at the grid and says nothing. Without the rain, the lights from the grid below are clearer, sharper. You can almost make out individual programs going about their processes. Fascinating. Is anyone coming for us? No. I've earned Prince's loyalty. He won't be bothering us. How? I solved his mystery. Ah, how heroic of you. You laughed. It's the first time you've laughed in a while. Think we have to get you out of here. Cass nods. I agree. It's not safe for me. Prince will want me back in my vault, and Grish scares me. Will you help me? Absolutely, buddy. Another smile of relief from Cass. Okay. What do you want to see first? Cass considers. I think I'd like to see the source. The great energy river flows through the heart of the grid. Take a light sail out. I giggle. If that's anything like the other vehicles I've seen racing around down there, then that sounds great. A thought occurs to you. How have you not exploded again? You've had time to weigh up what you know, put the pieces together. They consider. I think, for a moment, you gave me a little of that underprocessed hope of yours. It probably won't last forever, but it should give us time to get out of here. Lead the way, program. You nod and lead Cass towards the entrance, back into the repository. An ending, but also a beginning. It's done. So it is. Got a program out of the repository. Nothing here we can click on. Step outside. The city below is exactly how you left it, utterly ignorant of the events that you've witnessed and impacted tonight. But not for long. You stop, standing in place. The enormity of what has happened firing through you. You alright, Query? Cass has been through a lot. You don't want to scare them. I'm fine. They nod. It's been a big night for you, too. Take your time. I'll wait up ahead. Cash pushes forward. You're grateful for the centicycle they're giving you. I have no idea what unit measurement that is, but sure. You take your you take your disc in your hands, turning it, reviewing it. Certainly needs a defrag, but you've done enough of that already. You activate it, reading your data, thinking about what you saw tonight. You think about the programs you met along the way. Oh boy. Cool, we can actually, review everything. So let's start with Grish. Grish was the first program you met. Right after he saw you throw yourself to the ground. Not a great impression to make. You worked with him for a while, but he showed where his priorities were when Proxy arrived. Unlikely you'll see him again, probably for the best. The repository is as much a representation of Prince as anything else. His faith and fealty defined the possibility space availability. Yeah. His faith and fealty defined the possibility space available to you. That sentence doesn't make sense to me for some reason. That fealty wavered a little towards the end. The affordances he made for you could be a sign that even the true believers in Core can shift in the name of justice. Or perhaps he was just tired. I will leave Cass for last. Sierra. Whichever way it had gone with Sierra, he would have your sympathy. A program trapped in an alien set of constraints and politics. He didn't deserve what happened to him tonight. You hope that once the dust settles, they'll let him leave. Regardless, he will remember what Core did. He will tell his people, and it will have consequences. Unfortunately, I'm under the impression lately that, sometimes you just can't help everyone. You can try, but ultimately you probably can't. Anyway, Ada. Your thoughts on Ada are mixed, and even now, you're not sure whose side she was really on. I think she was neutral, but that's just me. The things you could learn in that library if they ever let you back in. You imagine her, still there, pruning the data, anticipating the new stories tonight will seed. Proxy, you didn't spend much time with the pirate on the landing pad. Your presence would have destabilized your investigation even more than it was already. Still, the resources under her command were impressive. You wonder if she'll be missed, and by whom. You wonder if anyone will ever find the user key she was looking for. You hope not. And finally, Cass. Cass began as a mystery, but turned into something greater, something dangerous to the grid and to those who would control it. They're waiting for you up ahead. You don't know what your future together holds, but it'll certainly mean more choices. Logs will be written about Cass somewhere. Another data tree is sprouting. A comforting thought. You keep thinking. Let's see. Things you learned. Consider what you learned tonight. Just start down the list, I guess. Cass saw what they saw, and now you've seen it too. This place, this world, is going to stop. Only a few hundred cycles, a couple of user years, and everything you know will be lost. You entertain the idea that something can be done, but you've seen where good intentions can lead. You'll be haunted by this knowledge. Core's enthusiasm for control seems stronger now than ever. You see now that the repository is a prototype for a more regimented grid. It won't happen fast. Feature creep rarely does, but little by little, Core will expand their silent oversight. Cass's data is a direct affront to their dogma, information they will seek to limit to. Sierra's presence was an indicator. Automata are no longer keeping themselves to themselves in the sprawl. They're reaching out to the rest of society. Their philosophy and questions will gain volume. There are many who will find that challenging. A criminal landed a recognizer on a Core stronghold tonight. Proxy would not have come if she were not comfortable, if this place did not feel within her grasp. This may be a natural escalation, a reaction to Core's confidence. it will have been noticed by others. The choice is yet to come. Ponder your next move. Core will not be happy with your handling of things. It's likely the DOT will feel similarly. They will be even less happy that you stole their asset. Cass won't be safe out there, and now neither will you. Pretty sure the automata won't help me. Programs of vertical slice don't know who you or Cass are. Not yet. The ISOs of this grid have free will. They will see what Core have done, the truths they have tried to suppress. They will help. Or they will go back to their loops and routines, untroubled by the unknowable. It's going to be hard to find anyone you can truly trust. Problems Cass has exposed will not be solved by a single hero. Those days ended with Tron. Yep. You will find a community, you just don't know where yet. You ponder something else. You look at your disk. For all the memories of tonight, plans for the future, the thing that matters most is a memory that isn't even yours. Cass's revelation is incendiary, necessary. Only 2 programs possess it, which makes it precarious. Core will de-res you for it if they can. If you replace the disk on your back, head forward. This may be the end of line, but it is not the end of your program, or the grid. Not yet. If you've learned one thing tonight, it is that the great truths cannot be contained in small boxes. Dependencies and compound errors will always make themselves known. This revelation, this prophecy, won't be contained either. A loop cannot be broken without a change in conditions. Sorry, my other screen looked weird for a second. This revelation, I said that. You'll find a way. Recompiling. Complete your investigation. And that does it. Alright. That was a very, very interesting, I wouldn't even really call it a game. It's definitely more of a visual novel, not like Game Deck that we played before. That was definitely more of a game, kind of a game and a visual novel in one, which is cool. But, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess that means I will end this episode here. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Keep it radical. See you guys in the next one.